Kind of like how YouTubers use clickbait and titles to get you to click on the video. And once you click on the video, you realize this shit. But I feel like that's what this movie did. This movie was clickbait. And I feel like I watched a YouTube video that had nothing to do with the title. And I feel like I got screwed at the end. I want my $10 back. All right, y'all. As you all know, I like to do YouTube as an outlet to talk about films and pop culture because unfortunately I don't have anybody really to talk to about these things. So that's what I use YouTube for. One of my pleasures in life in this chaotic world that I live in with the stress that I got going on is going to the cinema. And I realize a lot of people have given up on the cinema, but not me. I'm still holding on strong. Even after today, what I just watched. So I went into this movie, The American Society of Magical Negroes. Even saying the name makes me chuckle. When I went to go buy my ticket, I said, I want a ticket for the American Society of Magical Negroes. And the white dude almost laughed. I said, how come it doesn't say the whole name? It just says Society of Magical. I said, how come they don't have the rest of it? I said, come on. You know you want to say it. Come on. Couldn't say it. I get it. You know, see a big nigga like me, you say the wrong word and, you know, it might go upside your head unless you know it's MMA. That's a whole different topic. I sit down and I'm ready for this insane comedy with a heart that's going to say something, but at the same time entertain me. I got none of that. This was directed by Kobe Libby. I think I'm saying that right. Starring David Alan Grier, who I'm glad he's finally getting his chance to shine on the big screens. I feel like David Alan Grier is very underrated. And Justice Smith, who I know for The Get Down. He was the simp in The Get Down. And he was also the scared Negro in Jurassic World Dominion. In this movie, he got on my last fucking nerve. This is probably why, this is one of the reasons why this movie just rubbed me all kinds of wrong, because the lead. If the lead is not good, the movie's not going to be very good. And this is no diss to the actor. I don't know the brother. He's probably a good dude, man. But in this movie, I wasn't buying him as a lead. He just always had this deadpan look on his face. Always spoke with the same tone. Showed no emotion. Like he was Gen Z like a motherfucker. I don't care. I ain't the biggest fan of Gen Z. I'm an old head. Fuck it. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Gen Z. He's as Gen Z as they come. Almost every time I saw him on screen, I wanted to slap the shit out of him. Kind of reminded me of the Jesse T. Usher character in Shaft. I did not like him. Only thing about this movie that I liked was the leading lady. Her name is Ann Lee Bogan. I had to look her up because I thought she was finer than frog, sweeter than bear meat. I want to get her phone number. All right. She's a mix between young Marissa Tomei and Janet from Three's Company. All right. This motherfucker was bad. I want her number. Okay. The scenes with those two together, even though I couldn't stand him, I like seeing her. So the movie itself, okay, so this is supposed to be about, like the title says, a society of magical Negroes whose whole purpose is to make white people's lives easier, okay? So it's taking a jab at the many movies we've seen over the years where the mystical magical Negro always saves the day. The whole point of the character is to elevate the white protagonist. For example, Scatman Crothers, The Shining. The black chick from Jeepers Creepers, the psychic lady. Who else? Will Smith, Legend of Bagger Vance. Morpheus, The Matrix. Their whole existence is to be extremely wise and to help the white protagonist get. And even though Rocky 3 is my favorite movie, let's be real, Apollo Creed was a mystical magical Negro for Rocky. It is what it is. Shout out to Carl Weathers, man. Rest in peace. So with the title like this, with the premise like this, okay, so David Alan Grier, he's like one of the main wizards, and he recruits Justice Smith into this league because I guess he sees potential in him because he's always scared around white people. He's always, you know, going above and beyond to make white people comfortable. So, okay, this would be a perfect recruit. So he recruits him into this league, into this society, and his first client is a white dude that works for this Facebook-like company, and his whole thing is to get him to, I guess, be one of the heads of the company, and also hook him up with his work bae, which is Lizzie, played by Ann Lee Bogan, who I'm crushing on. All right, but in the midst of doing this, he's crushing on this girl. So one of the rules of being a mystical, magical Negro in this league is that you cannot fall in love with your client's love interest. All right, it's a conflict of interest, and therefore you lose your magic. All the Negroes lose their magic, right? So one weak leg fucks it up for everybody. And that's kind of what happens. So it goes from this kind of fantasy type comedy, social satire, to this love story where he has to choose between the love of his life, which is Lizzie, or doing his job. Not the most terrible premise in the world, but look, when I'm watching a movie called The Society of Magical Negroes, come on, man, you gotta come with some funny, entertaining, satirical shit. All right? And not to mention, like I said, Justice Smith is just a terrible goddamn lead. He presented no kind of charm, no charisma. I laughed maybe one time in this movie, and it was like it was a chuckle. Not funny, not entertaining, terrible lead, good leading lady. I like seeing David Alan Grier on screen, but yeah, this is, I've been praising black films this year so far, everything from American Fiction to Book of Eli to Origin, but I gotta say, this one ain't it. This one ain't it. With a title like this, you gotta come with it. I feel like if this movie would have been directed by Jordan Peele and probably starring Lakeith Stanfield, I think this would have been a different type of film. You know, if you put that Key and Peele charm on it, you know what I mean? I think this would have worked. But this shit was this wasn't it. This wasn't it. Production wise, it looked good. It looked good. That's about it. Pacing wasn't bad. That's it. That's all. That's the only compliments I can give it. Ann Lee Pagan, she can get it twice on Sunday. With that being said, I give this movie, I give it a D. Very disappointed. Yeah, didn't live up to the name at all, y'all. Maybe they use that kind of like how YouTubers use clickbait and titles to get you to click on the video. And once you click on the video, you realize this shit. But I feel like that's what this movie did. This movie was clickbait. And I feel like I watched a YouTube video that had nothing to do with the title, and I feel like I got screwed at the end. I want my $10 back. D is what I give. Only reason I can't give it an F was because the leading lady was so damn fine. Girl, if you're watching this, hey, call me. Here's my number. Here's a dime. Call me anytime. I'm out.